These are the best highlights from today's 2024 LEC Summer Playoffs matchup.
And making the plays for both these squads in the early game. Here we see Elioa going for this first Drake, and it looks like Razok is going to try and trade it for the Crux.
Remember that they did get that nice trade against Noah, and also both junglers were just pathing in a convenient way for this to be able to work out. It was the Maokai that started on his top side, the Vi starting on the bot side, so as they did another full clear, they're in a good position to set up for these objectives, and it's ultimately just going to be a cross map. And it comes back to what we were talking about earlier. What is the early game priority going to be for these junglers? Fnatic has push on top, MDK have push on bot, so you know what, they're going to use that push to secure those neutrals, and they're going to be happy with the trade for now.
And I think it's smart from MDK to try and put the priority on towards Dragons. When you're up against this composition from Fnatic, you really need an excuse to try and draw them into you, because otherwise they are just going to be able to play from range and make things very uncomfortable for you. So at least looking at Dragons...
Make it rain from Super will get the slow, but I don't think MDK can do much with a single cannon and a caster there. Equalizer down on Mirwin, he dashes away with a Pathmaker. Not falling for the trap of Q3ing Oscar and then pulling him back across the equalizer that we saw happen yesterday. Nature's Grass comes out, tanked up. Noah has to cleanse away. Jun flashes underneath the tower. Alvaro flashes forward. Noah away from this as the bullet time rains hell down onto the face of Jun. The curtain's open, but Elioa will be able to walk away from this one. More about clearing the wave than anything here for Noah. To be able to clear out the wave. Mirwin, Q3, knocked back with the Bolt Breaker, but Pathmaker keeps him alive. Noah underneath the tower, taking a couple of shots. Will they look for more on this dive? Mirwin still has the all-out. Humanoid's on his way across to bolster the attack, and Mirwin, even with an all-out, can't get out of that. Razok has to flash away. The True Shot barrage goes wide, and Fnatic find a kill on the dive.
But that was clean from both MDK earlier and Fnatic again here. They were very respectful of the Cassante. They were patient in waiting for Humanoid to come down. And when all four members were ready, they caught Mirwin off guard before he could use that third Q proc. And we're going to get a look back at it now. Humanoid can just siege on these towers faster. And as MDK have clearly set their sights on the top tower, maybe Fnatic is looking at a redive.
Can wait for it. True Shot barrage comes out. That tower still has one plate on it. Pathmaker in, but Razok's tanking the turret. All out comes out. There's the Magna Storm as well. Mirwin down to half HP. Humanoid dashing forward. No mana on the Corki now as Super and Alvaro continue to rattle on that top lane turret. They should be able to take this first. Another wave comes in about 5 seconds, and no wave for Fnatic means the first turret blood will go over to MDK.
They don't need to greed for the kill. Ultimately, they've zoned Mirwin away from the farm, as that's what's happening to Oscar on the top side of the map. They will secure the tower just barely ahead of their opposition.
Never in doubt, Betty. I said it was true. It's always going to happen. Fight I talked about before continues to take effect in this game.
It is clean standard league so far, right? Both teams are cross-mapping effectively. They are... I'm not sure if you... I guess you could argue that Mirwin did make a mistake in allowing him to get dived, and you could make the same argument that MDK being able to find that dive on a Jun and Noah. Like, sure, if you want to get into the particulars, but them getting dived is what it is. And secure this one with the wave at their backside as well. I see no reason why they can't take this one down. So nice. This is probably the first major advantage that MDK will have gained over Fnatic, just because of how much additional map control this will give them.
As the champions of the LEC. For Fnatic, it's been all the way since 2018 since they were able to do that. Obviously, Mad Lions Koi have won a little bit more recently than that, but...
I mean, just... Both of these teams have beaten G2 in recent history. Fnatic did it in Summer Split. I don't think they can really run the risk of a dive, though. They're just trying to overstack to chip away at this tower.
It's a good trade from Fnatic, though, because essentially MDK went for the play we were talking about, which was push mid, lean into boss, and they end up spending time on MDK chasing Oscar in and out, so they don't actually invest members onto that tower. So you get the top tower, you get that pressure onto the top tier 2. They do give the Dragon to MDK, but I think the only mistake Fnatic... Oh, actually, it might give Mirwin here.
Flash forward with the Vault Breaker into the cease and desist. Mirwin tries to dash away, but he's already on 300 HP. A dash, a flash, not enough with the Magna Storm pulling him back. Fnatic get their second on the board.
This should open up this top tower as well. The damage is already done earlier. Alvaro hovering around to try and deny the tower, but it's going to be secured. Fnatic, at the cost of the Dragon, will unlock another tower.
I have a feeling Fnatic are going to start those TP plays and see if they can very quickly pick someone off and just start to elevate their game plan a little bit more. Maybe even finding more, though, here.
First one to be caught out, and he's going to go down immediately. The equalizer not well placed. Cease and desist going in, but the shield is enough for Scowie with the locket. There's one for Super. Razzle dashing back in, but he's going to be put in the dirt for a double, and MDK come alive.
A nice collapse from MDK. That movement, an area of the map that Fnatic didn't have full information of. Alvaro gets another one, and now MDK will secure the mid-tier 2.
I mean, the MDK are going to be delighted, and a lot of their fans as well. This is not the MDK that I expect to show up. They're taking a very standard build and beating Fnatic at their own game.
Cheating tempo as well here. Elioya took the long way round. Jun thought everyone had gone back to base, but he's the only one doing that now. Sent back to the fountain. A TP in as MDK may turn their eyes towards the Baron.
Yeah, why not? The numbers advantage. Noah's still not respawned yet, and he's going to take a while to get back there. Mirwin can act on zoning duty, and they're going to accelerate this game.
No equalizer for Oscar in Mirwin being the bouncer. Holding Razork at bay, Humanoid coming in, no vision over the wall. There's one sapling there as Mirwin jumps in. The Antofus come out, the Nature's Grass to follow up. And Razork is sent packing. MDK keep the Baron aggro. The curtains open and Yoya dashes in with a twisted advance. Hit with one shot, a second hits Mirwin, but Humanoid tries to steal, can't get it. Good smite from Elioya as MDK take control of this game. Much standing gold off the map as possible, and then still reset and go for that Drake.
And look at the difference between the AD carries. Infinity Edge now finished for Super. Ooh, Alvaro.
Equalizer goes down, Magnustorm as well to follow up. Okay, maybe they can't use the entirety of the Baron buff to push in after losing Alvaro, but they can still turn their attentions back towards that Drake if they so desire.
They really should have drifted from mid to top and forced pressure onto Fnatic, but by trying to go for the mid lane turret, Alvaro gets punished. No, Jun might be.
Face check, flashes away, Vault Breaker in by Razzle. Currently it's only a 4v4, the TP behind, but the bullet time, dodge this! Razzle sent packing, the rest of Fnatic retreating. Humanoids behind MDK right now, but doesn't really have a way to join the fray.
Immediately, you want to leverage the fact that there are dead members on the side of Fnatic to siege onto these towers. Oscar may have overstepped.
Mirwin going in, Pathmaker flashed away from. Had to respect the fact he could be pulled back by Mirwin. And now the Drake in the eyes of MDK.
And a dragon in a few extra kills.
The MDK are playing around their compositional weak points though really, really well.
Yeah.
When you look at, hey, we are struggling to engage at long range, they're just playing around Fog of War consistently and finding picks onto Fnatic as they try to either set up vision or contest. And
Coming today so far.
yeah, they had the 4 versus 5, so just thought, hey, we can just out-muscle you, and now they're getting out-muscled on the top side. It's Alvaro gets him!
Oh my god! You just don't get a chance to move. No flash, of course. That was burned in the bot lane by Mirwin earlier on. Humanoid trying to push that out, but Mirwin's going to catch him.
Another tower going to be secured for Frescowie. MDK leveraging that Maokai ultimate to perfection. Exactly what you want to do with it.
Are really struggling in this position.
Yeah, Observes once again highlighting this darkness that MDK consistently creates.
Elioya flashes in, the bullet time comes in with the cease and desist. Equalizer laid down as well, and Super's been locked up on it. Keeper's verdict, guilty for 2. Jun and Razzle chucked away. Oscar in and ignited, but he'll survive to fight another day. That lightning jewel.
Yeah, we're yet to really see a strong fight from Fnatic. The TP flank.
Nature's Grass goes out. Razzle has to step forward, has the Vault Breaker, will dash down, but Frescowie begins to open up. Now Elioya's been caught. Mirwin tries to get to the back line. Frescowie's already killed off Razzle down towards the bottom side of the fight. The all-out pulls back Humanoid! And MDK welcome him to the family, as Vin Diesel would say. They take him out, and Fnatic now only have 3 to try and defend the Baron play from MDK.
I mean, it's an easy Baron and a well-executed fight. MDK, the concerns that I had around their engage are just proving to be a non-factor. They leverage the Maokai ultimate to split apart Fnatic. They have Mirwin finding these flanks, and they use Alvaro as a flash stun bot. Yep. They would not have been able to qualify for anything. And now they find themselves with a level of play that I was not expecting. They do still need to break the base. Super.
Cease and desist in. Keeper's verdict. Stopwatch from Super. Didn't expect him to have that one in his toolkit. And now Razzle pays the price for not pressing tab. Noah's caught in the bullet time. And MDK are going to rip straight through Fnatic and take game 1.
Super with the smart purchase to buy himself a little bit more time in the fight. He knows that if he gets caught, the game can be turned, but he will not get caught. He will not be denied. And MDK are looking to go 1-0 up in this best of 5.
Oscar in and trying to do anything he can to defend, but I'm afraid he can't do much. Set packing joins his team in body bags as MDK go 1-0 up in this series.
Kai'Sa can easily follow up on the Vi. K'Sante has the ability to create flanks and disruption within the team fight, and Nautilus's follow-up CC just makes it harder for these champions with the dashes to escape.
Because they need that extra degree of safety if you lock them up for such a long time, which means when you are trading in these early 3v3s, you basically have the advantage of a bit of an extra health shield in the barrier for your own AD carrier. Elyoya might look for a gank here. Razork's already working his way down through the river. He'll be on the Scuttle Crab. Will he realize that Elyoya is going bot? Flash forward from Alvaro into the hook. Noah flashes away and dashes too. Jun still has a flash of his own, puts the Ignite down, and Elyoya almost falling first. He does! Noah gets double buffs. And Super and Alvaro can only stand and watch.
Versus 2. The top side of the map continues to go in the favor of Oscar. He's been doing pretty well, being able to get that push and control, but now he has to concede some of that pressure, knowing that his jungler is on the bot side of the map. I wonder if Fnatic will consider another dive. I say another dive. They didn't dive in the first place. Consider a dive, rather. Given that they do have this stacked wave here, they do have the double buff. But it looks like for the time being, yeah, no. With the recall of Razork, clearly that is not on their agenda.
Himself. I'm interested in Super's build this game. He's gone for a Vamp Scepter early on. Blade of the Ruin King, perhaps, to try and get through those tanks that we're seeing on the side of Fnatic. And
we saw this adaptation yesterday from Hansam as well. A lot of people, the reason you are going and seeing Static Shiv a lot in this meta is because of how much mid-push influences the rest of the map. And AD carries are a huge proponent of that when it gets to the mid-game.
5, which means you still only get that 1 might spawn. The moment Alvaro is trying to play it down towards this bottom side. Razork coming in as well. Frescowi's the TP earlier on. Shield of Daybreak for the stun. Twisted Advance for the follow-up. And Alvaro doesn't have a flash to get out. The hook tanked by Razork. But with the Vi coming in, Elyoya is looking for a bit more damage. Has to flash away himself. Frescowi opening up with the Lightning Crash. Still a possibility for him. He continues to put the damage down into Jun's back.
We'll see which one we get. My instinct is it's going to be a Chem Soul. Don't ask me why. It's just what my gut is telling me.
Cloudy. Cloudy with a chance of meatballs, Veddy.
What are you saying, Dagda?
Infernal.
Yeah, okay, bro. Okay.
Hey, you didn't ask me quick enough. That's what I mean.
All right, are they going to threaten a dive here? Yes, they are.
TP coming in from Fnatic. Counter TP out by MDK. Super able to supercharge his way out. Solar Flare. And the damage on Alvaro is huge. Ignite ticks on him. Jun takes the kill. Frescowi under the turret now. One minion left. Twisted Advance, Lightning Crash coming out as well, but with the Zenith Blade follow-up, there's not really much Frescowi could do. Jun will die to Super. A 2-for-1 exchange in the top lane. Oscar has to dash away, still has the flash. The Cease and Desist will chase him down. Mirwin going in. Steadfast presence gives him a little bit of movement speed and enough to get out of the clutches of Mirwin, but not out of the clutches of Elyoya, who's knocked up with a Kiva's Verdict and has to flash out of the range of the tower. Go on, minions, tick it. Oh, they will.
They will.
Oh, Jun goes in with the Zen Blade. Alvaro with a good hook to block the engagement with a Solar Flare and a True Shot barrage through the heart of Alvaro. Mirwin TP'd in. MDK was still looking for the fight, but they haven't really done enough damage to Fnatic to continue this battle. Keeper's Verdict knocks back one. Cease and Desist will dodge it from Elyoya. Steadfast presence into the knock into the wall, and Elyoya realizes maybe it would have been better to be found guilty by the hammer. Pathmaker in by Mirwin, the all-out to follow up. Oscar still surviving, and Mirwin having to flash away. Humanoid on the chase, flashes in, and Super, not that much longer. He manages to flash the wall and escape for the moment. The Valkyrie to follow up. The missile's missing, but Humanoid's autos do not. Fnatic are going to wipe away MDK, only Mirwin left standing.
MDK hadn't got into position yet. Frescowi was still pushing out top, so Fnatic, they find that play just before Madline's Koi can get around that Rift Herald, and they slaughter them. They completely decimate them, and now, with 7 kills to their name at Rift Herald, it only looks better and better.
The initial engage from Jun, honestly, was a bit scary.
Bushes to catch Fnatic out, but even if they try and get control of this bot side river, Elyoya's on the flank, he's been spotted. Alvaro flashing in with the hook. That's a death sentence if I've ever seen one. He might as well be playing Thresh. Fnatic find another. Alvaro learning from Mickey yesterday, it seems.
I don't know what the plan was there.
Save Elyoya, I think, was the plan.
Yeah. Dragon gonna be secured. For Fnatic, that'll be the 3rd one of the game. Humanoids gonna secure the bot tower. Oh, that's annoying. As Super's base will be interrupted. I mean, this game is like the complete opposite of what we saw in game 1. While we credited MDK for their superior vision control, catching Fnatic off guard, this time around the fights are happening on Fnatic's terms. Jun is in a much better spot. We're feeling the impact of Oscar.
Which is game 1, bit slow, bit ropey, and they just ramp up over the course of it, and it looks significantly better now. Mirren onto Humanoid.
Humanoid TP'd in behind Mirwin here, and I don't think Mirwin has a leg to stand on. He's going to try and go in with the all-out, but the True Shot Barrage comes in. Nature's Grasp invested as well from Razork just to make sure that Humanoid survive.
I mean, you can never be too careful with the Cassante.
For the tier 2 in the top side, does get you more gold. But with how far they backed off, I'm not sure the Rift Herald even needs to charge in. They will lose a tier 1 on bot side for it, alongside it an objective bounty, but I don't think they mind too much considering they're 7,000 gold ahead.
Usually I'm a little bit hesitant about using Rift Herald for tier 2, but I think when you can use Maokai Ultimate to zone across here, as for the moment, sure, MDK can just continue to push here, but Fnatic now grouping up again. I'm afraid Scary gone to bot side, they will actually just get a moment.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's your other option. You just play the War of Attrition and rely on the fact that you have better poke.
Too much damage, so that you don't really have a front line that can actually stand in front of Super and Friskawi and not get equally poked down while taking those Mystic shots from Noah and the missiles from Humanoid.
Valid point.
I make them from time to time.
How you do, Medic?
alVaro to get the kill.
Well, I would have had more time if we gave up on Lord Dominic's regard points.
It was an important point, Rob. Okay. Can't lose to Boris as they continue with the chase. The solar player coming down and now Yoya almost falls the locket. He does go down in the end and it's Jun getting the kills, but the support's very hungry for blood. Noah can't quite hit the Mystic shot, flashes in, he'll find the final auto. MDK over Sap and Fnatic pounce immediately.
And that's what I wanted to try and get onto, was Mirren was on the wrong side of that equation as MDK were going for it. So even if you get the initial pick, Fnatic should be able to try and group up and find you back without Mirren getting in position first. And now Fnatic are in a position where they can take the Baron. So nice recovery from Fnatic on the play.
It was a very, what's the word? A long play, I would say, from Elyoya.
Hail Mary.
Well, I mean, we talked about how they needed to do something like that. Find a pick. But I think they should have immediately turned their attention to Baron.
Rouse looking overstep. Nature's Grass coming out. Baron sitting on Fnatic for the next 2 minutes. They'll get a tier 2 from it. As Super pushes out that mid lane. Humanoid dashing in. Those rockets starting to really hurt now. Mirwin's still on that front line, but with a cannon minion and a few casters, Fnatic will be able to open up the base. They dive forward with the Zenith Blade as well. And Mirwin is down. MDK 4 strong. Can they defend? Fnatic might look for more. The base comes out from Super. Keeper's verdict, who you're looking for, Oscar. It's just a poppycopter for now, as he steps forward with the steadfast presence. Jun going in with the Zenith Blade, sees him to sit on the backline, but Elyoya's all alone in the midst of 5 Fnatic players. And now Fnatic beginning to open up on those Nexus towers. alVaro can't really defend this, but Scary trying to do everything he can, but the hook is met once again with a steadfast presence from Oscar Rinnin, and a steadfast presence he's been this game. 007. Call him Oscar Rinnin Bond, as Fnatic will even out the series.
A quick finish to an early lead as Fnatic equalize 1-1.
Favorite champion.
They hoodwinked us all.
It makes sense because right now, if you look at my line, Koi team fight comp, you have Maokai Rel, amazing setup, Ash to follow up, everything well. And right now, the Nidalee is one of those champions where it's like, hey Marwan, you can do whatever you want. The team comp.
Also just disgusting if you ever go underneath the tower, because it's, hey, I'm going to throw out solar.
Oscar.
Oh, Oscar in it, hang on.
Oscar.
The grass?
Oscar. Oh my god! Mirwin gets it!
Oh my goodness.
Best main character in the top lane, Oscar goes to Mirwin.
Level 2, he just solo killed him. But now, Razork set his sights on the bot lane.
And Earth's here as well. Crash down from alVaro. TP in by Mirwin as they look to turn this play around. Razork's on his way into the fight. Jun falls first though. alVaro gets the kill. Super able to walk away. Razork going in. Flash forward from Noah. It's going to be disaster for Fnatic. They flash for the kill. They lose 2 so far. Will it be more? Friskawi's trying to join the battle. So is Humanoid trying to escort the Eye-Burn away. The jump forward. Razork has a bomb on his back and a cat there as well. Friskawi gets on the board.
A massive overforce from Fnatic. But in terms of experience, I think that Mirwin is in a fine spot. Fnatic, though, turn their attention to bot lane once again.
Zenith Blade short, and that could be big here. Super doesn't have the flash. He'll be hit with the root caller. alVaro should be able to walk away from this. His 80 carries life will go down. Fnatic find that repeat gank in the bot side.
Have any sort of impact in that room.
Razork's going to start up these grubs. Humanoid comes across to help him out. Should be easy enough to secure, even with Razork not having Daisy to help him out. Might just be 1, could be 2. Make sure that MDK can't really stack them up.
for Oscar in that top lane, and it could be a major factor when you get to those later portions of the game, especially for people like Jun. And yes, he will struggle without the Merc threads, but I'm curious how quickly they can actually take Oscar down in the later portions.
Aaron's looking for the dive here. Nature's Grass coming out. Oscar tries to jump, knocked back. The root caller won't call anyone, but the trigger seed will keep Oscar in alive. Flash away, Merwin tries to dash back in. Not tanking the tower yet. Frescowi here to join the battle. Daisy chasing Merwin down, and we'll just knock him up as he manages to get in the bush. Bullet time came out, just looking for the engage there. Doesn't have the solar flare yet. Now they're going to go for the re-engage. Flash, shield of Daybreak, and Super cleanse flashes away, but not in time to save the day. Noah gets his second. The Tristana, she takes towers so quickly, or at least plates in the early game. But because of that, MDK know they have the time to take the Drake. As you say, Rob, hadn't been prioritized till this point, but at the 10-minute mark, MDK will take the first dragon of the game.
Bot lane just going to back away. No, there is a potential engage that could come through from Ayoy. This is a sizable wave, though.
MDK are showcasing that they have some threats of their own. Razzle needs to be careful.
Doesn't have Daisy here either. Does have the flash, has the root caller as well. He has to flash early, but Frescowi's on the chase. Fresquito with 2 quick kills back to back.
Put in the AoE in Frescowi. He is going absolutely nuts.
Very clear avenues to take control of game 3.
MDK starting the grubs a little bit early here. Frescowi's only just making it to the mid lane tier 2, and you can see Super only just recalled and is now working his way out of the base. And because of that early start, Fnatic immediately pounce. Will take a grub of their own. They need one more for those mites to spawn. Alvaro, good dodge on the seismic shove.
In that wave, so always a bit nervous if there's 3 kill Tristana coming across and being able to push them back, but MDK able to secure it. Will find 3 for 3. And it looks like everyone's just going to rotate back in towards their standard lanes.
But it kind of plays back into what Vedi was just talking about with the split push threat, right? If you have those mites, your split push becomes even more powerful. Remember? Fnatic, though, Noah, very powerful right now. Has that Bloodthirster complete. Flash, twisted advance. They go into Oscar in, and the bullet time comes across the wall as Super opens up. Noah has to cleanse away from the Enchanted Crystal Arrow. Now Jun has to flash the wall. Alvaro going in with the Magnet Storm. Oscar trying to get to the Mega Gnar, but he's just short of it. Miriam will fall, and both the top laners have been traded as Razuk's being chased down by MDK. Ivan, King of the Jungle, able to escape for the moment. Daisy doing a little bit of work here as well, as MDK aren't done with the fight yet.
Super was in a great position to stop the ultimate from Noah, but now the follow-up.
Alvaro, Hex flashes forwards, pulled back, Zen is played in, tries to land the Shattering Strike, but Alvaro falls first, and it's the top laners, then the support's almost traded, a buster shot!
Yeah, as you say, you've got Oscar in who has teleport advantage here, but Mininar is about to come through.
Yeah, he's half health as well, just went over to the Mega. It looks like MDK will back away, Fnatic pushed through mid and then got control over the river. MDK don't really have a pressure point right now. Frescowi's trying to sort that out by pushing out bot, but doesn't have the time. Fnatic will take their first Drake of the game.
Well, I will say, gentlemen, I'm quite happy that we've got a bit of a closer affair. Not that the early game hasn't been close so far in this series, but there's been a lot of back and forth, a lot of trading, a little bit more messiness, which I think
can be more fun to watch.
The map getting some deep vision around that side of the area, while MDK turn their attention to the top side. And it's interesting as right now Fnatic have the ability to trade and sort of cross-map, but as we get later into the game, MDK's side lane threat is going to be that much stronger, kind of forcing Fnatic to split apart.
Oh, Nature's Grass, Oscar in and dashes away. The Redemption coming out as well will heal him up, but it's not enough and not quick enough for Oscar to survive. The solar player hits Mirwin though, and he can be tanky, but he's not tanky enough to get out of here. Bullet time rips through the wave, as Fnatic will make a 1-for-1 trade.
Get the side waves pushed in and collapse on mid, and hope that Ayoy again can kind of look for this play with the ultimate across this area, and may look for it right now.
Reaver's Wall will separate Merwin from the team. Jun going in, knocked back with the Bramble Smash. Daisy joining the party. Frescowi down towards the bottom side, will be met by Oscar Rini, who doesn't have the Mega Gnar. Bullet time from Noah could be a possibility here as Oscar Rini has to flash away. There's a bullet time, Elioya flashes as well. Jun still looking for the chase, and he's damn tanky with the Eclipse. Root Caller hits onto Alvaro, knocked back with the seismic shove. Jun still tanking for days, the Trigger Seed keeping him alive. Another Root Caller goes in, and MDK just don't have the damage to work through Fnatic.
So much was thrown at him, but he barely had to do anything. He still has his flash after all of that was committed towards him as well. Now again, we turn our attention back to the split pushing threat. A tower is secured in favor of Frescowi. Oh, Oscar, the Trinity Force, along with the Warden's Mail, doing him some good there.
The upside, Fnatic just going to take the dragon. And again, having that held on that mid lane turret, making it difficult for MDK to really kind of put pressure anywhere. So MDK going to have to try and find some way to get vision on top. I think the way you have to play it is kind of what we're seeing now, is go for side picks, and they look for Oscar in it.
Oscar with the wallop. Nature's Grass coming out. Redemption as well. Frescowi already falling low. The locket will keep him shielded for the moment. Oscar tries to get another wallop, flashes in for it, but can't quite kill off the Triss.
They can really win out on this game. But if they keep trying to force fights, the problem is, do they really have the front to back to be able to win out?
Solarflare gets the slow. Alvaro doesn't have a flash, and it doesn't really have a way out of this one. Zenithblade will follow him and take him out. Greedy pathing from Alvaro, I'm going to say. He was looking for a little bit of vision around the Razor Beaks, but he didn't need to go in that direction.
With no pressure on the map from MDK, they're fine to do
grasp. Jun gets hit with it. The Weaver's Wall goes down as well. It will separate Alvaro from the rest of MDK. The Magnet Storm comes in. Frescowi has all the time in the world, but immediately they dive onto him. The Solar Flare flashes away from. Noah was knocked in with a buster shot, and Lyoya falls low. Oscar Rinnan on the backline trying to do everything he can. Alvaro flashes over the wall again. The trigger seeds from Razork are huge. Humanoid buys a second with the stopwatch. Frescowi, though, begins to open up. Jump, jump, jump from the Trist. He finds one. He's looking for two. Jun stuns him for a second. All of MDK somehow still alive, and Fnatic are sent packing.
Secret Agent Frescowi coming in behind Fnatic, and he looks fantastic. He has become the best player in the league at finding these creative angles, creative flanks to take down the opposition, and there, Buster shots Noah into MDK.
Alive, the damage is still good, but it's just not as good as what Frescowi can do. He gets CC'd up, he gets the utility he needs to clean up the fight.
It's been the Frescowi show, the rookie showing that it belongs in those grand finals in Munich. MDK would be one game away from claiming that spot in the title match. Now they're pushing in. You can see Humanoid in the top lane trying to get a tier 2, but the tier 3s have been broken. Super can step forward in a second when he sees that Fnatic moved across. The arrow, look at the arrow, look at the arrow. Is it gonna hit? No. But MDK continue to push in. Channeling my inner Crepo there for a second.
Echoes of a past there.
Yeah. The inhibitor goes down in the bot lane. The Weaver's Wall will split MDK up for a second. Humanoids look for Super, who doesn't have a flash, doesn't have a cleanse, perhaps doesn't have a hope of surviving. The Magnet Storm not used yet by Alvaro. They dive back in, and Super's still alive. The bullet time rips through two. Mirwin has to dash away, but the Zenith Blade straight through his heart. Fnatic find two. They lose one in him off the push. Can they get anything in response?
We'll get some of the bounty gold, which would be nice, but the base cracked open. No inhibitor turret in the mid lane.
It's just one of those things where, like,
I mean, they're brute.
Have you ever played those games where, like, you feel like you're winning, but at the same time you feel like it could swing just like that?
Weaver's Wall goes down. Mirwin and Lyoya separated. The Drake, the target for Frescowi, should be able to secure it. They do. Inside Super and Alvaro. Lyoya puts the Nature's Grass down. Humanoid's going to tank it. Jun's going to do the same. Mikhail's on him first. Alvaro goes in with a Magnet Storm on the backline. Jun down to half HP already. Alvaro the same. Oscar in with a Narv into the wall. Frescowi stunned up with a one-up. Frescowi's down! Fetty Stradamus called it seems. You, Plato, and Vin Diesel can predict the future. Fnatic win the fight somehow out of nowhere, and credit has to go to Oscar.
A single moment is sometimes all it takes, and Oscar, a player that ends up dying at the end of it, hasn't been able to find that ultimate in this game, but a single ultimate may be all that he needed.
Super and Mirwin versus Razork, Noah, and Humanoid, and that's a battle we'll have to wait for because their Super's pushing on the inhibitor in the bot lane. Be fast as you say, Betty. MDK already down to 4,000. It's gone. The Baron secured for the Mad Lions. Koi, can they get out of the fight? They should be able to. Mirwin still looking for that flank position. The Weaver's Wall, who will be separated. Alvaro weaved away. Another minute, we'll push through the mid lane. Noah opens up on Frescowi. Frescowi! Need to get out of there.
Yeah, Noah can't.
Oh, dash! And Frescowi is down! And how many times have we doubted Noah in the clutch? How many times have we seen him be the reason that Fnatic lose? Perhaps this time he's the reason they win. Seems. As Alvaro is down to half HP, the Nexus Tower is the target for Fnatic, but they haven't quite got the damage on them yet. Now they begin to open up. The dash in from Alvaro with the Magnet Storm. Nature's Grass coming in as well. Oscar dashes in. He manages to get the damage on Super, and it's all done, but the singing I feel. Frescowi comes in, there's no wave left for Fnatic. Bams, I spoke too quickly, and the is still looking for that flank, but Noah, look at the heals on him as he begins to rattle through this minion wave. The first Nexus Tower, a breath away. Mirwin dodges the seismic shove, the root of Frescowi! The root of Frescowi buries him in the dirt, and Fnatic take the Nexus Towers. Alongside it, the Nexus, it seems, and in a comeback win, Fnatic are 1 win away from Grand Finals.
What I do think it can do is provide side lane threats once again. LeBlanc and Italy can effectively work through side lanes. The biggest difference is Fnatic have more tools to match this.
And Alvo is on the losing side of that trade, but he's got double biscuit, double popped. So I think he'll be able to sustain up in the near future. Oh, Jun now goes in. Alvo stunned up with the Shadowing Strike. Elyoya coming in as well. Jun falling low, and he's hit with a Winter's Bite. Alvaro gets first blood. Tanking it up, and now MDK will be like, well, cool, thanks for the leash. Humanoid still only just getting past his tier 3. Mirwin gonna get knocked back with the all-out. Oscar in is still on the chase, and Mirwin flashes the pot enough to keep him alive. And now Fnatic get the Drake.
How did that happen?
I know the Hex Splash came over the wall from Jun, but after that, I'm not entirely certain.
It looks like MDK just really respect it. There is a Drake up in a minute and a half. The grub's now probably going to be started by Razor. Noah and Jun overstep. The root caller comes out, and Jun's life is forfeit. And as soon as the Zyra went to the grubs, her bot lane dies.
The long play from MDK. Elyoya is able to sneak his way into the brush and catch Fnatic off guard. Jun pays the price once more, and it's another kill in favor of MDK. Oscar, though,
with the all-out once again, but Mirwin has the pounce. Yep.
All right. I thought that he would try to get the kill there. Looks like he was just a bit of back.
Lightning crash flash from Alvaro, misses the Winter's Piper, hits the auto attack. The stun comes down with the concussive blows. Humanoids here behind them should be able to get at least one. He's going to be stunned up immediately, though. Super still has the cleanse, but you can't cleanse a buster shot. A rocket to the back will send anyone packing. Humanoid flashing forward, looking for more. Alvaro eats the damage with the Unbreakable. The Drake will be going over to MDK to even out the Dragon score. The goal basically even between these two teams, about 100.
Say that. I mean, it probably will.
Yep.
I see Razor walking towards it.
Yeah, I mean, this is absolute cinema. Like, there's no way Razor gets in here to steal this away. Humanoid is going to jump on Frescowi to put some damage down. The Drake taken. There was no smite for Elyoya, I will say. But in the end, MDK still get the drag.
So as you highlighted, all of this was largely because of Super interrupting Humanoid's base. Prioritize at least trying to get one of them.
Jun flashing into Elyoya here. Elyoya still has the flash, and that was...
It's going to cost them.
It's going to cost them a lot. Alvo's here for the flank. Glacial Fisher goes down. Razor able to get away from it with his flash of his own, but Jun doesn't have that same liberty. MDK will take him out.
This is kind of where we've seen Jun again just make these missteps of going in too far. Razork wasn't there to follow up, but although he flashed nicely over the binding, there's nothing that you can kind of do apart from... Sorry.
Yeah, it's the mid lane lead for Humanoid. Super has the lead in the bot lane. Lightning Crash coming out from Noah. The minion tanks a couple of his auto attacks. He's looking for more. Jun is hit. And okay, perhaps Noah might be able to build a little bit of a lead, but Jun takes the kill in the end. Still.
Noah had to use his barrier in what was a 2 versus 1, and he didn't even get the kill.
I think it still hit him, and that means he's not going to be able to challenge around this Rift Herald. Should be going over to MDK once again. Jun does have that Magnet Storm. Frescowi, we're going to put some chains down on him. Razor walks in. Has the extra movement speed from the water walking in the river, but can't get close enough. And MDK will get their second objective in around 3 minutes.
Yeah, and again, Fnatic kind of just staring as this objective gets taken. They do push in mid and at least look like they're going to be able to connect onto the bottom side. So I guess if we get a TP from Frescowi, I don't know if it's quite up yet.
Alvaro puts the Unbreakable down, has stand beside me. Jun could look here.
Drops the heal to get that extra bit of movement speed. Razor in a bit of danger. Passive very close to proccing. The roof doesn't quite connect. Top tower goes in favor of MDK as the bot lane is likely to be traded by Humanoids.
It's weird though. Like, you could have just had Frescowi TP down to the bottom side to defend that, and you would have been in a fine spot, so you just end up a tower up. But instead, they kind of just
put the double up into that top side.
Strike Rifthold in the mid lane will charge this down. Mirwin just keeping Jun very busy. Noah and Razork trying to defend the turret, but they need to get out of there. With the Rifthold charging in and Daisy following suit. The tower in mid falls. MDK get their second of the game. However, Humanoid will answer with one in top side.
Nice play from MDK though. Good utilization of the Herald to unlock this mid tower.
I think MDK could look to fight this, but they need to TP for Scowy now.
Daisy goes down. Back off fighting for this second Drake. Mirwin's in the pit. There's the TP behind. Noah jumps across with the blast cone. Jun is on the wrong side of the wall. The rest of his team down in the river right now. Frescowy spotted with that Scryer's Bloom. The Dragon down to 4,000. Frescowy still looking for the flank, but it's only on to Oscar Rin, and Pathmaker comes out. Glacial Fisher, the Magnus Storm, but they can't go in because the Braum ultimate locks them in place. Stranglethorn's coming out as well. The Lightning Crash from Noah. Merwin dashes in, flashes out. Frescowy's trying to still get in from the side. And I think Fnatic will walk away wounded. Frescowy can look for more. Oscar, left to his own devices on the front line. MDK might want a little bit more out of this play.
MDK playing so well around their poke, and they're going to keep this up as Fnatic try to retreat to the tower, but is that actually safety?
The dance from MDK is so exquisite as they play so patiently. MDK, they don't want to ruin it now.
Fnatic are looking for something. They know they have to push forward rather than go back. Mirwin, no flash, remember, and Humanoid just walks him down. The Ignite taking the Buster shot. Super kills him. The dash in from Jun is blocked by the Unbreakable. And Fnatic went forward, but the only place they're going is back to the fountain.
MDK keep the dance going.
Where MDK have control of the map, and trying to get vision is tough.
Noah dashes across the wall, is rooted. Frescowy going back in, and Alvaro finds it. TPing in, MDK will get the Baron 22 minutes in. Now Humanoid will take a tier 2 for this, but MDK will have 3 minutes with a Baron buff to find everything they can.
Baron secured for MDK. It's interesting how this series has kind of been defined by single fights that just give a team such a massive swing in terms of control.
Humanoid down to a third HP, he dashes away. Razork here to join the fray. Puts Tangle Barbs down, but it's met with the Unbreakable wall once again of Alvaro. Fnatic looking for something, but all they found was that they were wanting in that play.
It looked like a great go from Fnatic, though. I thought they might have been able to commit to it because
That AD in Italy can't poke.
Sure.
It's just that her poke is slightly different, and it's more about dashing in, dashing back out, leveraging that sustain. And it's working out beautifully. Remember that the Braum applies the passive too. Ezreal can land his Q, start stacking that passive. Like, they have so many tools to just be annoying. And Fnatic don't really have many answers, even if you engage on Jun. Like, what is your... You don't have a wombo combo. You have 280 carries. Yeah. Like, they want to kind of play this front-to-back style, but you don't really have a proper composition that sets you up for that front-to-back style because MDK never want to engage. They just want to sit over there and keep throwing stuff at you and being super annoying.
Oh, they've managed that so far this game. 4,000 gold their lead. It will be on Soul Point as well with a Mountain Soul. Make them that little bit more tanky. They just traded 2 tier 2s for a single one for Fnatic, which means continues to extend. Frescowy going in on Humanoid, who is only sitting on Navori and Blade of the Ruin King. Get caught out after they've just cleared their whole jungle, so they really shouldn't be stepping outside of their base anyway. MDK don't have an easy avenue to actually force a fight, unless, you know, Fnatic overstep as the Stranglethorn's gone down onto Elioya. Oscar looking for a little bit more. Humanoid dumping in. The Unbreakable from Alvaro will save Elioya, but the Lightning Crash will find its mark. Magnus Storm into the Blast Cone, knocks Jun over the wall. The All Out on the Super. Oh my god! Fnatic could have sat and waited, but instead they decided now is the time to strike, and MDK have lost 3. Mirwin trying to get away. He's distracting from Frescowy, but Razork knows he's there. Frescowy has to dash away, no mana left on him. Mirwin might escape down towards the bottom side. Frescowy dances back, but there's a plant waiting for him in the bush. Avina's fly trap, perhaps, as Frescowy's caught, and somehow Fnatic find 4.
they're a stride, and if they can just find one moment like this, it could be it.
Super Unbreakable down. Frescowy going to Razork though. The chain's only hit onto Jun. Glacial Fisher just short. Humanoid opening up on Mirwin. Oscar finds one. Elioya's caught out. Jun looking for that Magnus Storm. Super able to dash away from him. Alvo does not have that same luxury. Super caught as well. And Fnatic immediately immediately find the fight.
Another favorable fight for Fnatic. Back to back now, they found 4. They will deny the soul. They'll convert it into a Baron. Fnatic is taking everything.
You can't hit what you can't see, and Fnatic are continuously just playing around these little choke points, finding those moments, and Razork getting that lock-up onto Supa. It looked a little bit sketchy to begin with because it was a little follow-up, but it got the time that Fnatic needed to find those engages, and that setup from Oscarina was beautiful.
It really was, and like you have to look at Razork in these last 2 plays. He lands the route over the wall in the play around the red buff. He lands this route, and as much as you say, yeah, there's no initial follow-up, it gets some of those spells out. It gets the Arcane Shift out. It gets the Unbreakable out, and then the follow-up is so much easier for Fnatic.
Specifically against Ezreal. You don't have the damage to take him down. Mirren doesn't have the damage to take him down. Mirren might get taken down, though.
Yeah, he does have the flash. Friscawi coming to join the party. Humanoid with a double buster. Call him Keaton because he's bustering all over them. Humanoid's going to try and heal up. Friscawi's down to half HP. Mirwin about the same. The chains land once again. Friscawi's clone is forced out. Mirwin has an explosion shot on him. Look at the bot side. Yeah, no, but Humanoid can just delay. Who cares? The bot side is winning. Friscawi dives in. They have to get back. The TP's invested immediately. Fnatic get the inhib. Friscawi won't use his teleport because it's not up for another half. It's cooled out. Friscawi dashes in, puts a bit of damage onto Jun. Alvaro has to pop the Unbreakable early to try and keep this turret alive, but it's not going to be standing for too much longer. The Baron expiring in 4 seconds time. Humanoid opens up on Super. Alvaro goes in with the Winter's Bite. Glacial Fissure. Friscawi has a good flank. Dashes in twice and takes out Humanoid, who kills Oscarina. You don't need to. Jun and Humanoid are down now. It's up to Razork, Noah, and Oscarina to try and get out, but Noah, the shield just in time. Alvaro going forward once again. Oscarina sacrifices himself for the good of the team, but MDK have other plans. Noah down. The shutdown to Super. It's a 4-0 in favor of MDK.
The pings are going down into mid lane. MDK with 5 members alive and only Razork left means that they're looking to try and potentially end.
Friscawi will come in with full life, full mana, and a full heart as MDK look to even out the series.
It's down. Humanoid, they've set their sights on the Nexus. Jun is back.
There aren't many minions left. Humanoid's up in 8 seconds time. If Jun can kill a couple of these minions, maybe he can hold on to hope. He tries to take one, concussive blows will slow him. There's still 1 minion there, and that's all MDK needed. Humanoid jumps in, but he can do nothing in the face of 5 mad lions. We're going to game 5.
I do like it here in reaction to the Rumble, whereas, again, as you say, kind of just adding more to that engage tool that I think Fnatic needs.
A Moo jungle from MDK. Gents, I'm going to be honest. There's a Kennen, there's an Amumu, there's a Braum.
Humanoid jumped on here. Friscawi still has the flash. Jun here to back up, and there's the bandage shots, but a great double knockup from Jun. Ilioya went in, but he's crying now as Friscawi sent back to the fountain. Razork looking for more. Ilioya, bandage toss goes wide, but the Unbreakable won't be enough. A phosphorus bomb finds his face and sends him packing. Fnatic found 2.
And that just little bit of an overextension there.
Moment of patience from Jun.
Are we going again? Ilioya looking for the
Smites
smite. Jun will be able to dash with Jun will be able to dash away.
All right, so it's 1 for 2. I mean, Humanoid had to go back to base, so wisely, Razork and Jun say, I don't think we're going to win this fight. Like, forced to concede 2 of the Void Grubs. Trading. Razork does have the smite available. He's got to be careful here.
Flash from Alvaro trying to block the jump away from Razork. And the Sejuani is burnt poor.
To deny Fnatic that escape. Friscawi wants to trade.
Gonna get knocked up here. That Unbreakable will fall off. In the end, beneficial trade for Humanoid and Jun. Drake secured though for MDK. More a distraction from Alvaro and Friscawi, I believe.
Not one of the minions, but decides, you know what, Noah's a bit low instead.
Noah uses the dash early there. That means Ilioya can go in. Curse of the Sad Mummy. Noah has no flash, no cleanse, no hope. Ilioya brings a tantrum, and Noah is sent back to the fountain.
And that's going to be even more plates for Super.
It's just an early dash from Noah. Like, you need to use that as a reaction to Ilioya tucking out the bandage toss, but...
I think because he shot through to try and hit Gromp, I think he expected Ilioya to immediately throw a bandage toss into the bush, but...
So Ilioya's on his way down, has that Curse of the Sad Mummy again.
I think that for a long time, Hang on a second.
Jun goes in onto Super. There's the arcane shift away, but the cast and Sad Mummy immediately back onto Jun. He dashes away just in time, and the Euro falls to 200 HP, but Super with a true shot barrage goes straight through the heart of Jun. Noah brought back as well. He tries to get the burst fire off, but he's not allowed to. Super gets a double, a deft hand in this fight, it seems. Another Mystic shot hits across the wall. He's looking for more. He's chasing down. Razork having to run for the hills, manages to escape, dashing away. Can Humanoid have that same chance? I don't think so. TP in from Oscar in, no slicing Maelstrom. They look for the tower. Frescowy can't find it in time. Oscar's half HP with no ultimate, only a flash.
MDK is just gaining more presence on the map. They'll secure the top tower. They'll likely secure the bottom one. The second dragon of the game is going to go their way. Razork is still hovering around, but what options does he really have here?
I can dash away, Betty. And that's about it.
So many people, does a ton of damage, and Frescowy the buster shot onto both Noah and Razork, reposition him into the waiting hands of Supa, means that he's able to get the resets on the jumps and set up for the play, and now Mirwin finds Humanoid.
Humanoid still has the flash here. Mirwin's going to flash first. Well, the Spear Land doesn't need it. Just uses an auto attack to send Humanoid down under. In with the Oracles, this is a 4v3. Mirwin not able to come across in time. Humanoid has the TP. Oscar unable to get close enough yet. Noah dashes in, lightning crash. The Rift-Held smited. Razork trying to get behind them here. Oscar is still on that flank. The quickness onto 4. Oscar has the flash, but the Glacial Fissure will lock him up. He's stunned immediately. Fnatic dived in one by one. They might have still die after. Super has the red buffs, the double buffs. Noah dashes across the wall. Frescowy here to join the party. Humanoid is not.
To find the fight against MDK, but the hero play from Alvaro, the knock up onto Oscar as he tries to make the play, and MDK turn it back in Fnatic's face, and they're getting so much more on the map.
I mean, it wasn't just Alvaro, the ulti from Aljoya as well. The flash came in from Oscar, and it was Oscar who was sad. Like, he was the one that was grounded in place. The lightning didn't connect onto anyone, and they ultimately traded 1-for-1. But MDK got so much more. 2 towers fall in the mid lane. MDK.
Especially when Alvaro didn't have his exhaust, if that could have been it, but now he does. I might need to use it.
I think he might be dead here. Does have the flash, can stand beside me onto Mirwin. Flash, stand beside me. The slicing mouse from Sean again! Don't worry, Oscar. All guys have been there before as Razor's caught up towards the top side. Super diving in, another bandage shot, but a red buff in the way now for Super. Mystic shot onto it. Noah brings down the lightning, but Super brings down the hammer. Razork is dead once again. Continues to open up. Humanoid has the TP away to stop Frescowy from taking the tier 2 in the bot lane. And Oscar's locked up with a Glacial Fissure. And it's all coming up roses for MDK.
Fnatic are falling apart. This was supposed to be a series where everyone was looking at Fnatic to take it, to push themselves towards the finals, towards that opportunity to right what happened from summer. But MDK have shown up massively in season finals.
4,000 gold lead materializing for them now.
They're leaving Noah on this top side for Fnatic to try and take the turret, but this might just lead MDK to immediately run back over towards the Dragon. There's no real pressure on them right now. At top, sure, the top tower sure will give a bounty, but you have so much pressure on the map, and now everyone on Fnatic is stuck in their base. And the second you walk out, there's just so many good engage tools on MDK thanks to this Amumu that you can't really push out. There's just so much threat.
I really, like, if we do an interview with MDK, if they're able to close this one out, I hope the first question the lot asks is, so how many scrim games did you have on Amumu? Because I reckon it's between 0 and 1. Like, and that's not to say that he's having a bad performance, that's really just to emphasize the flexibility that MDK have really played into extensively. Keep an eye on that ward, though, for a potential TP flank.
Oh, it's coming. TP just outside of vision range. Super dashes away from the Glacial Prison.
They don't know.
Oscar's on his way. The quickness, the Maelstrom. And Fnatic by purchase on the game. They find 2 Super down. Mirwin follows.
They had to take it slow. They had to not give that moment to Fnatic, but the greed was there. They tried to go for the all-in in the jungle, and Fnatic bite back.
A single ward was all it took, and Oscar could finally find a flank. Dagda talked about it earlier, a Kennen ultimate can be the game changer, and that is exactly what it's going to be for Fnatic. Baron's secured, the goal gap is closed, they're back in this game 5.
push in mid, and now they get to establish themselves in river. Makes it a little bit more difficult for Fnatic to get avenues attack, but keep your eyes on Oscarinin. There is little to no vision for MDK to spot out the cannon.
Glacial Prison, Blast Cone, slicing Maelstrom onto Super, he immediately flashes away, but Oscar flashes to follow him, and all the gold lead for MDK evaporates in an instant. Super is no longer, nor Zelioya, and Fnatic are finally fighting back.
The blast cone angle from Oscar was fantastic.
Turrets galore. There's a potential pick onto Alvaro as Fnatic will get the mid turret. They'll be able to put pressure onto the tier 2 and bottom side. But the TP, will it even come through the terrace they stand in for just a moment?
TP will come in. You could have sacked tier 2 in the mid lane for this, but Alvaro's down immediately. So it's a tier 1 in the mid lane, a tier 2 in the bot side, maybe a tier 2 in mid as well. Baron remains for 5 seconds. You bump up these minions, you dash in. Super starts to open up, but that tower very shortly will be not long for the Rift. It falls. Rubble stands in the mid lane. Oscar still on that flank. They don't have vision on Oscar. They don't have vision on Oscar. Frescowy's a mile away from this fight, and they don't have vision on Oscar! Oscarinin finds the stun onto Super, and he's immediately forced out of the fight. Alvaro will fall first, and Yoya will follow suit. The True Shot Barrage will manage to kill off Oscar, but the Drake goes over to Fnatic, and once again, it's Oscar winning!
Elyoya falls, the smite is gone. Fnatic, they may not have been able to kill Super away.
The darkness on this map is terrifying and full of electric rats, and they are absolutely tearing through MDK at every opportunity they get. Yes, you'll have Oscarinin go back into base, but if you can set up potential with Elyoya's ultimate, you can kill him and then look to try and trade off on the inhibitor turrets. But now you're a little bit late to the reset. Fnatic are already here.
Glacial Prison, Mirwin dodging away, Alvaro caught with the quickness. Fnatic, you've lost here before.
And overstep.
Take half the HP, the TP coming in behind as well as Frescowy looks to open up. Elyoya's going to be spotted on vision, he joins the fray. Inhibitor tower in mid lane will fall in a matter of seconds. Frescowy still looking for that flank. A signature of his, the inhibitor, short to follow after the turret. Elyoya goes in with the first bandage toss. He's looking for that second, but there's minions in the way. The Glacial Prison going wide. Oscarinin hanging near the back. No flash for him.
They're pinging it.
A couple of pings come out, as you say. TP going towards the bottom side. Out of vision for now. Razork dashing in with the Arctic Assault. It's Humanoid who comes in to join the battle. And still,
That's the base.
mid-way push for Fnatic. MDK going to start to back away. Oscarinin can try and keep them around. Frescowy trying to do enough to keep Super around. He's going to interrupt too. Super and Frescowy unable to get back.
He can TP
Oscar has
onto
the
the
TP in. Onto the Super minion would be the target. Can't keep it alive yet. The quickness coming out. Fnatic have walked in the front door. And MDK, they left it unlocked. Fnatic take the series. And MDK get nothing.
These were some of the best highlights from today's 2024 LEC Summer Playoffs matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.